Greetings, family. I am going to take my time with this one if that's okay. Y'all know I am used to not writing stuff down and just going off the grip. I didn't write anything down, but I am going to try to slow it down and remember everything. So, first of all, remember you are more than enough. You are the gift. You are the prize. This is about the journey of life, um, and it has to do with my walk this morning. First of all, shout out to all the walkers, the runners, the sprinters, the long distance runners, the hurdlers. um, the journey of life, you can liken it to a race, if you will, although I was not racing this morning. But the journey of life is your journey. I'm going to explain that through a whole bunch of things. There's a lot of things that happened this morning on my journey, and I wish I would have stopped it and put it all together as I was running. But I was, running, walking, exercising. But what I will say again, the journey of life is yours. This gift of life is yours. Don't be concerned about what other people say or what other people do. This is one of the reasons I always tell you, know yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be true to yourself. Like yourself. Love yourself. There's such a wisdom, such a freedom, such a peace in knowing yourself and being honest with yourself. Whatever your truth is, it's your truth, and that authenticity is what draws people to you, is what allows you to go further, to even go a distance, to even move. It's such an amazing thing. So, a few things about my walk this morning, my run this morning, and this journey of life. A lot of times in life, we set out plans, we make plans, we want things to happen, we strive for things, we long for things, we prepare for things. And a lot of people get distracted or get sidetracked or get upset or get defeated and don't complete the task. Again, this is your journey. One of the things that I noticed this morning, and different things happen, so I'm gonna try to put the different things along the way that kind of are the same together. I'm gonna try to space it out properly. But one of the things that I start, first of all, my plan, my thought, I do like 9.5. Down and back is like 9.5 miles. I usually walk, and I'm just starting back. This week I just started back after like 4 or 5 months of nothing. So I said, I'm going to jog the first mile. See what my time is. I have a little thing on my arm. So I do the first mile, and it's a good pace. So I know normally when I walk, by the time I get to the first mile, I have a little bit more energy. Let me say. So anyway, the second mile, yeah, I went 2 miles and then ended up going 3 miles. But on the second mile, I looked and I saw the street that I go down is a major thoroughfare, and it's very hilly. And I looked in the distance and saw a hill. This was before the second mile. And I was like, I ain't gonna make that. I'd already said to myself and defeated myself by putting the negative energy into the atmosphere by looking too far ahead, as opposed to taking the time. And as you're building, 1 foot in front of the other, 1 step at a time. I said that to say there are so many of us who have big dreams and big ideas and big goals, and we can achieve them. But a lot of people do too much too fast, or they look so far down the future that they're not paying attention to what got them there or the steps that it takes. They're not appreciating the journey. I'm going to skip. Okay, like on the way back, after completing, there were times where I slowed down. I just had to look. And it was an overcast day today, but I looked and I was enjoying the journey. So whatever your goal is, whatever your plan is, even if it's just living your best life, remember that this is your journey. This is your story. Live your life on your terms. Learn what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And navigate it, if you will. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself, and you have to give people something they don't even realize they need. Like I was moving, had my hat on, and on the way back, because I was feeling so good, I was in the right headspace, I had to remove my cap and feel the air on my head, feel the wind. And I realized, there are people driving in their cars, although I'm not looking at them, I'm focused on me. People are driving their cars didn't realize they needed to see a good-looking, bald-headed, bearded man smiling, walking down the street. Sometimes you got to give the people what they want, even when you don't know they want it. It's taking care of yourself, giving yourself what you need, and letting that energy permeate throughout the atmosphere. I don't know who was in their cars. I'm sure people saw me and they lit up just seeing my smile, even if they were laughing at me for being myself. There's another thing on the journey of life, and on my journey this morning, there was a time where I was going and I wanted to stop, and the music switched, and it was reminding me, so it gave me that little boost of energy. So sometimes you have to just sit back. And I was listening to 70s soft rock, which was a mix of a little bit of soft rock, disco, everything. But sometimes you have to go back and remind yourself of those wonderful things, those wonderful moments, those wonderful experiences that brought you joy, and touch them again. Make them touch you again. Get excited again on this journey of life, on your journey of whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether it's a job, whether it's an education, whether it's a family. Keep on going, keep on going. Another thing I realized, you have to pay attention to other people without paying attention to them. And I say that because this main thoroughfare, there's a certain area I go through. It's a very nice area, but a lot of the subdivisions, or a lot of the streets in this subdivision, there's a what do you call the barrier in the middle, the whatever they call that little pretty thing, the divider, so people can only make rights. And on some of the streets there is beautiful shrubbery or whatever, and I noticed that a lot of people are looking for the cars on the left because there are no cars coming on the right, but they're forgetting there are pedestrians coming. So oftentimes I've had to stand there and watch and scare people as they are about to hit me. So on your journey of life, pay attention so that you don't get so sidetracked. You don't be so in your world that you miss those important things that may harm you, may stop you, may deter you. Now, let's be clear. For me, and this is just me, there's nothing wrong with quitting. There's nothing wrong with stopping. And again, each scenario is different. There are times when you try and you fail. People get so bogged down and beat up, and failure is not an option. Failure, disappointment, not reaching your goal the first time, the second time, the third time. is an opportunity to learn a lesson, to add oomph to your spirit, to add more integrity to who you are, who you want to be, who you're planning to be, where you're going. There's nothing as far as people who don't pay attention. Focus on your goals, but again, pay attention to the people on your journey. For instance, there's a woman walking her dog who clearly didn't want to speak. She looked like she, started talking to her dog, and good morning, happy Sunday. And it started her to oh, good morning. There are some people who don't pay attention. Another man was walking his dog, and I saw him walk out on the street, not even looking toward the left. He's so far to his right. He just makes a left. He's walking his dog to the other, and I'm coming. I'm jogging, so the dog hasn't stopped to relieve itself, and he just stops right in the middle of the sidewalk. But as I was walking down, I saw them, and I was like, oh, they're going to be in my way. Then I had to pull myself together and say, this is your race. This is your journey. You can't concern yourself with them. So there were no cars coming. I politely walked out in the street. And as I got up on them, I spoke, morning. Morning. Like one of those half wanting to speak, but one of those things like, oh, you ain't paying attention, so I got to pay attention to you. But also, you are along my journey, and you were a hurdle. You were a distraction. So I was distracted for a minute. Then I had to pull myself together and say, that's not about you. And sometimes we have to see the distractions and know that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's not gonna stop me. And there's some things that are closer to home that get right up in your face that are that come to distract you, to throw you off, to defeat you, but you keep on moving. There was something else. Oh, on the way back, there was a song. I had like 3 different songs that kept me going, and there was on the way back a song that started, and the beat was something, and then as I was going through, and this life is so wonderful, there's a little piece that goes down, and it's kind of wooded on both sides where the cars can't really see, and the beat changed and it slowed down, and it had me walk upright. And so I thought, sometimes along the journey, you have to stop and adjust yourself. You don't have to change directions, but change the positioning. Make it work for you. And then it's so, for me, miraculous. As I came out, the beat to that same song changed again and gave me a little bit of going up again. So it's just one of those things. It's like one of the songs coming down, and I wasn't even jogging. I was walking at this point, but I was kind of tired. And it was Barry White. He gave me the boom, 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 boom. So you got to pay attention to all those little things that come into your life to help you. You can't be so focused on winning, winning, winning that you're not paying attention to all the beautiful little pleasures that are here to help you, that are here to encourage you, that are here to motivate you. That's with people as well. There are people who come into your life, even a simple smile, even just, I'm here if you need me. Don't take people for granted. It's, whew. I had a great walk today, and it just made me think there's a lot more that I was processing, and it just, I wanted to share it. It's not coming out the way that it was given to me, and I guess because so many hours have passed, I've done a whole lot since this morning. So maybe I should have done this video when it was all fresh, but I had other things to do. But who this is for, it'll be for. Also, there was another, again, the music, listen to the music. That piece that I was just talking about where I had to straighten my back and walk upright. There was another song later on, because I was ready to go. And there was another song that came and said, no, relax, change your form, and do it your way. Stick your chest out, straighten your back, and move forward. And that's what I did. There's another thing. As I was walking today, there were certain songs that I started, and I may have looked a fool, I may have looked crazy to people who were in their cars who couldn't hear me, but that had nothing to do with me. My goal was to get to the finish line, and that was getting back home. And so sometimes you have to do unorthodox things to get to where you're going, and it's okay. People may not understand, but it's okay. It's your journey. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's your journey. Some people always have something to say. They always have opinions, and I would have done it this, and there's so many people who have so much to say who aren't even living their own lives the way they're supposed to be living their lives, but they're trying to tell you what to do. So when you start your journey, realize it's your journey and navigate your journey on your own terms. Be honest with yourself. Be true with yourself. I was pop locking as I was walking. I was stretching. I was flying. I was enjoying my journey as I'm enjoying my journey of life. Good days, bad days, ups, downs, and in-betweens. But this is to get you to understand and really, really get in your heart, really get in your spirit. This journey of life is your journey. I've heard people come back, reincarnate or whatever, but I haven't experienced that. And if I have, I don't realize I have. So while you have this opportunity, good days, bad days, sad days, mad days, frustrating days, realize it is your journey. Hills, valleys, peaks. Sometimes you got to slow down. Sometimes you got to catch your breath. Sometimes you have to change positions. Sometimes you have to change the flow. But keep going. Get to the goal. And even if, again, there's sometimes we people set out on something and they don't complete it, they don't finish it or whatever. Don't beat yourself up. Either get back on the horse, as they say, and try again, try a third time, try a fourth time, try a fifth time, or realize, oh, that's not even what I want to do, and try something else. Just don't quit. Keep going. And again, you can stop, go whatever. You can quit on certain things, whatever, but don't stop living. So when I say don't quit, don't stop living. Just do you. Do you on your terms, unapologetically. Don't hurt anybody on the way. Just be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself and you'll be kind to others. The journey of life is, in some ways, just like a journey walking down the street. It's like a race sometimes. And it's not, as they say, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And so with the marathon that I had this morning, and no, I don't want to offend any marathoners who really run marathons, but my little walk this morning, it's not a little walk, I did the thing this morning, so it's yours. Make the most of it, enjoy the ride, enjoy the beauty along the way. Remember all those little things that encouraged you, that motivated you, that inspired you, so that when you get back home, or when you get to your journey, when you succeeded, when you got the goal, you can sit back and be reminded of all the little things that got you there, the little moments, good, bad, and indifferent. And there's something about the work, and I don't like hard work, I like smart work. I'm just be honest with you, I like smart work. If I can find a way to do it efficiently, save time and energy, not cutting corners. I'm gonna get it done properly, but if I can figure out a smarter way to do it, oh, I'm gonna do that. So, having said that, thank you guys. This is 20 minutes. Whew. Thank you guys for listening. Share this video with somebody who may need a little inspiration on their journey of life, on their journey of discovery, on their journey of goal setting, goal reaching. Remember, this is your journey, yours, yours, yours. You're the author, you're the editor. You get to make the decisions. And when something is no longer serving you, something is no longer making you feel safe, something is no longer respecting you, you don't owe anybody any reason to walk away from something that is not beneficial to your growth. All right. I love you guys for free. Have a good one.